This lesson will teach you how to declare, assign, and use string variables in a Windows Forms application. It assumes that you've already read the note on variables. My first step will be to create a new Windows Forms application. Ensure that Visual C# is selected. Ensure that Windows Forms application is selected. Rename your project. I'm going to name it String Variables in Windows Forms. I'm going to change the location so that is on my USB key. And then I'm going to start up the project. String variables or any other variables must be declared inside the code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the form1.cs in my Solution Explorer, and I'm going to click on the View Code button. This jumps into the View Code window, and when I declare a variable in a Windows Forms application, I always declare it underneath the public partial class form1. It should go underneath its curly bracket, but above the public form1. You want to declare your variables here for consistency until we learn about something called local variables later on in the course. Whenever I declare a variable, I document it, which means I explain what the variable is used for. So I'm going to store the username. I'm going to create a string variable. String is all lowercase. It's a keyword, as you can see by the fact that it turns blue in Visual Studio. After I give the string data type, I give the variable name. I'm going to call my variable username. Declaring a variable means making the variable, and I've done it here by just giving the data type and the variable name. In addition to that, I can also assign the variable a value. Assigning a variable value means giving the variable a value to have. So I'm going to make my username equal to bot, which means that the bot value is being stored inside the username variable. Now I want to access the username variable. Accessing the variable means reading its value. To do that, I'm going to put a label on my form, and I'm going to print it out in the label. So I'm going to go into the design view, my toolbox, and I'm going to click on the label and drag it in. Now that I have a label in my form, I want to make sure that I name it correctly. So I'm going to select my label. I'm going to go into the Properties window and change the name to LBL username. Now I'm going to go back into the code so I can use my variable. So inside my code view, underneath the initialize component, I'm going to change my label text to equal the username variable. Now when I run my program, you'll see that my label displays the variable value, which is bot.